it's your boy Greg back again with another video. If you're new to this channel, we talk about fragrance related topics, so if there's something that you're interested in, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every single time I upload. Alright, so this video is going to be another installment of Is It Still Relevant Today? So I've done a couple of videos where I've just randomly chose a fragrance that was released, whether it was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years ago. And just to kind of bring some more light to it and to basically give my opinion on if it's still relevant today, and kind of tell you guys why I feel like it's still relevant today, or if I feel like it's not relevant today. And I like to get you guys interaction too in the comment section to let me know what you think. So that's what this video is going to be about today. Let's go ahead and dive into this. All right, so the fragrance that we're going to be talking about today is from the house of Armani Code, and it's Armani Code Profumo. Alright, so right now I'm just going to go ahead and give you the note breakdown real quick, and then we're going to discuss if it's still relevant today. So the notes are cardamom, green apple, green mandarin, nutmeg, lavender, orange blossom, tonka bean, amber, and leather. So this fragrance right here is fairly popular. The Armani Code line is very popular actually, and this one came out in 2016, and it had a lot of attention, man. Everybody was talking about this fragrance. Everybody enjoyed it. It was just one of those fragrances that just hit the ground running. And I was one of those people, when I first smelled this, I was like, wow, this smells really, really good. And at the time this was released, yes, Armani Code had other fragrances out, but to be honest with you, this style of fragrance was not like a big thing at that time. So to be fair, at the time, yes, this was like just off the charts because it had the spices, it had the sweetness also mixed in with the citrus notes, and it's just one of those fragrances that is just perfectly balanced. It's warm, it's cozy, it's something that can actually be worn in nighttime and daytime, and also cool weather and hot weather. Now I would say definitely don't go heavy on the trigger when it's hot outside, but because it's laced with those fruity notes like mandarin orange and green apple, you could definitely pull this off if you're easy on the trigger when it is kind of warm outside. So that was one of the things that really made this fragrance stand out. It was just a bit different for that time. Now obviously you guys know when it comes to designer fragrances, they put out flanker after flanker after flanker, and I believe it's been maybe 2 or 3 flankers since this one has come out. People are starting to gravitate more toward those than this. Now me personally, when I smelled one of the flankers that's called Armani Code Absolute, to me they were very similar. That one just had a little bit less of the fruitiness in my opinion. It was a little bit more on the sweeter side and more on the toned down, kind of more leveled side. So I guess you could say it was a little bit more mature, but it just wasn't that different for me to say like that's so much better than this one. It just didn't do that for me, man. And I still really enjoyed this one, which is why I haven't bought that one. I'm still holding on to this one. Obviously, you guys came here to know if I felt like this fragrance is still relevant, and my answer is yes. I feel like this fragrance is definitely still relevant because it is a staple in a lot of people's collection. It's just one of those fragrances that started getting overlooked because of the flanker after flanker after flanker. But to be honest with you, Profumo is probably my favorite out of all of them. In my opinion, it's the best one to me. So obviously I'm going to feel like it's still relevant today. But do I feel like it's still relevant for you guys? Yes. You're looking for a fragrance that you can pull out that's different. It doesn't lean too much on the sweet side, and it doesn't lean too much on the fresh side. It's kind of perfectly in the middle. It's one of those fragrances that smells really good. It does get compliments. It does last a decent 8-10 hours, and it's somewhat affordable. You can find it on discounters, and that right there alone makes it relevant because it's easily accessible. It doesn't matter if you're like a teenager or a 20 or 30-year-old. You can buy this fragrance and not really break the bank too much. You know what I'm saying? It's a fragrance that can be worn in many occasions. Actually, I would say if it's cool outside, you can definitely wear this in any occasion. I think you could even put on like a button down, tuck it in with some slacks, and pull this off. Maybe wear some darker colors when you rocking this, but still, you could definitely pull it off. So yes, for my frag heads, you may consider this to not still be relevant. But for me, yes, I'm a frag head, but I feel like it is still relevant because the average Joe, the guy who's going into Macy's to dealers and they smell this, they're probably going to really enjoy it because they haven't smelled so many other fragrances with, you know, similar DNAs to this one, right? So yes, it's still relevant in my opinion. All right, so that's gonna wrap up this video. I really wanted to do this because I actually wore this fragrance a couple days ago and I was like, man, I haven't worn this in a while. And it kind of just, you know, made me think like, man, I gotta start pulling out these fragrances that I got, you know, 3-4 years ago and start rocking them and stop, you know, overlooking them due to the new fragrances that I have. So, you know, I had to do this video on Armani code Profumo. So what I want you guys to do is go down in that comment section. Let me know if you feel like Armani code Profumo is still relevant today. And let me know why. And if you don't think it's still relevant, also let me know that as well. If you liked the video, go ahead and give your boy a thumbs up. And that's it. Take care. Peace.